Good morning. We're going to get started. Happy Saturday. Happy Halloween tomorrow. We're going to do a month-end Success Club Power Hour. So if you haven't hit Success Club yet this month or gotten on the board and that's your goal, this should help. It just gives you some specific ideas on how to create opportunity for more conversation around consumables, which is really what helps us hit Success Club, right? We have to sell Shakeology or something on HD in order to hit it. So there has to be some nutritional element to it, some consumable element to it in order for it to work. So to start our morning off, I wanted you to write one word in the chat that describes your relationship with Success Club currently. Just one word. If you could describe your whole relationship with Success Club, what would it be? Good, bad, ugly, iffy. That's a really good one. Stressful. I love it. Inconsistent, barely, abundant. Oh, that's a good one. We need to talk to Jennifer. Struggle. So what's so interesting about this, you guys, is out of reach. That's a good one. Is a Success Club is basically what we do as coaches. I hope by the end of this call that your perspective or your mindset will shift a little bit about it. Just because I think this is such a cool thing. Success Club is one of those things that you don't get until you're hitting it, right? And I told this to my girls earlier this week, like Success Club is only hard when you're not hitting it. Right? Like when you're hitting it, you're like on top of the world. You're like, this is amazing. I'm helping people. I'm getting people started. I'm earning a paycheck. Like I'm doing all the things, right? So somewhere in there, our mindset like messes it all up. And that's what I want to try and help fix. I don't want you to leave this call being like, oh my gosh, I have even more pressure. I have even more stress. Like I have to hit this goal or else I'm not worthy as a coach. Instead, what I want you to focus on and reframe is when you wake up every day, think Success Club every day. Success Club, like what else are we doing, right? Like we're trying to get people started with their exercise every day, their nutrition every day. That's it. Like that's our goal. It's that simple. And that's Success Club. It really is. And so when you wake up and you think, okay, Success Club every day, who can I talk to about this? Who can I talk to about getting started, working out, and getting on Shakeology and just focusing on 30 days, like starting themselves for the first 30 days on those two things. And honestly, like our goal is to be doing that anyway every single day. But if you take the limit, like if you stop limiting how many points you should be getting, right? Like stop limiting yourself to 5 or 10 or 3 or 1 and just wake up every day and say Success Club every day. That's why I'm here. Success Club shows that we are full solution coaches, meaning you're somebody who isn't going to shortcut, right? Like you're not trying to shortcut people. That's what they've been doing already their whole life, right? Like when they come to Beachbody, this is the full solution. We're going to work on your nutrition. We're going to work on your exercise, and we're going to get them worked on consecutively at some point. That's the goal. That's what we do here. We're not here to do a 3-day cleanse and be done. We're not here to do one program and be done, right? Can I get an amen? Like this is a lifestyle shift, and that's what it takes. The first thing you have to shift in your mind is, how am I taking shortcuts and why am I doing that? Generally speaking, it's out of insecurity or fear, your credibility, like you're not feeling good enough, but that's not the point. Like beside all of that, is the factual truth that daily nutrition and daily exercise is the only permanent weight management solution. It's the only permanent health solution. Think about that. Think about any other permanent factual solution to health management other than daily nutrition and daily exercise, besides maybe my mindset work. Right? Like when you really simplify it that much, you say to yourself, all right, am I a full solution coach, or am I just one of those people that's doing what everyone else is doing? It's not going to get anyone results. Okay. So one, Success Club shows we're full solution coaches. We're committed to exercise and nutrition, period. That's it. That's our formula for success. It also shows that we're committed to helping other people, right? The one thing that I love so much is when people are like, I'm just here to help people, but then they have literally never hit Success Club in their life. That is a total contradiction in my book. So if you're a coach and you come to me and you're like, I want to help people, and you haven't hit Success Club ever, then I know that's not the truth. And you're really just here for you. That's the hard fact, right? And then the very last thing, this is where I really want you guys to ingest this. Success Club means we're good at helping people. We're not just committed to it, right? And we're not just doing it the right way, but we're good at it. And we love it. Like, that's what Success Club is. And I think when you really ingest it in a different way and you look at your business and you look at Success Club and you say, this is the tool that I'm going to use to make my dream happen. And your dream is to what? Help people. That's it. It's to help people hit their goals, right? So this is how you do that. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. Again, it's one of those things you have to do in order to really experience and understand fully. So this is where you put your faith in your sponsors and everybody who's come before you that's done what you want to do, and you do what they say to do to build your business, right? That's why it's so pushed constantly from uplines, right? Some people do it really well and some people do it really wrong. But either way, like, you have to have a really strong understanding of what Success Club is for you in order to really make it work. If you're trying to do it for somebody else, your sponsor, your team, to set the example, to lead, like, you're going to struggle. It's going to feel hard all the time. But if you can look at Success Club and you know exactly what it's doing for you personally and your customers and your coaches and your business, it completely changes the game. So reframe that today as we kind of go through some of these exercises and create some opportunity for conversation around the full solution, right? Really get your mindset in a place of, I'm a full solution coach. I'm not going to cut corners. If somebody comes to me and says, I can't afford this, then say, great, let me know when you can. I'm here every day. I'm open, I'm ready, right? Like, if they can't commit to doing both, figure out one thing and then say, and here's our game plan for when we're going to add the next thing. Because it's always going to be both with me. There's never going to be a point where I'm just going to let you exercise and not work on your nutrition. There's going to be a point where they come together, right? Like, even just projecting that mindset and that perspective out to your prospects and the people that you're talking to, do you think that that will build credibility for you? Do you think that that will build respect immediately? Yes, they don't want someone in their life who isn't going to push them, right? This is something else that I talked to my girls about this week. So many people are afraid of being pushy. You're a coach. That's what coaches do. They push people. That's your job. Push them. Push them, right? Be pushy. That's how you get results. If you don't want to be pushy, you're going to live in the space that you're living in forever, and you're never going to get anywhere. And at the end of the day, you're just going to be miserable. You're going to struggle. It's going to be all of those things that you don't want this to be. You've got to really come into Success Club with confidence. And the confidence comes from knowing what Success Club represents, right? And what it represents is results. Your customers, your coaches, yourself, you're going to get better results if you're doing nutrition and exercise consecutively at the same time, compounded over time. That's what you're trying to do with every single person. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I posted the tracker in the chat. I'll post it again at the end in case you can't grab it. And we're going to get going here. So the very first thing with these Success Club Power Hours is just doing a really quick assessment on where you're at. So how many points do you currently have? It's okay if you have 0. Sometimes people have negative points. I've been there. I started 1 month with like -8 points one time. And I ended up at, I don't even remember. I just remember ending up not in the negative. And I was like, wow, that is miraculous. I am awesome. Okay. So how many points you need? And then what I want you to do is write down your supplement stack. What supplements do you currently use? This is important because as you're having conversations, these are the products that you're going to have the most confidence, the most experience, the most credibility in, because you personally are using them, right? Okay. So the first 10 minutes or so, I'm going to give us some good quality work time today. So I know there's a lot of items on this list. We're actually going to combine them and get through them. So, and then this is your homework. So we're not even going to do these ones today together. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to always, this is the best way to talk about the full solution is post your current results, good, bad, or ugly, right? And what you talk about is your nutrition. So instead of being like, this is the program I'm doing, that's the easy part. Talk about your nutrition. Okay, share how you use Shakeology, share how you use your supplements. And if you haven't been using them, share that too. And show the results of that, right? That's what's so important. That transparency is key. So this is your conversation starter. This is what all of your work today is going to lead back to. So make this post good. Share a current result photo, share about your Shakeology if you're on it. And instead of just sharing the benefits and how it's helped you or why you use it, this is really actually where I think people grasp it is when you share how you use it. I use it for snacks at night because I overeat. I use it for lunches because I do carpool. I use it for like when you actually tell them how it helps you that way, people can actually say, oh my gosh, I could use that in my life. When you share why, when you share how it's helped you, when you share its benefits, they just see you and your results. But when you share how you're using it in your life, that's when they can apply it to themselves. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to give us a good solid 8 minutes to do this first couple, these first two. Share your shake, post your results.
Did you eat all?
Okay. Danielle asked, is it better to do an IG story about Shakeology or a post? It kind of just depends on your current following. I think it's always important to engage where you feel the most connected. So if that's in your posts or if that's in your stories, if that's on Facebook, if it's in your challenge groups, however that is where I think you should do that, where you shine the most and where you get the most feedback or conversation or opportunity to engage with other people. That's where you should put your most pertinent information. I will say for your posts that you make or any social media activity that you do, your best stuff should go during the time slots where people see your stuff the most. Any of your other stuff, your filler posts, they can just go whenever through the day. But like if you're making an invite to your challenge group, if you're sharing your results, if you have value to share, if you have like a point to get across, that should go into those high time areas, high traffic times on your social media, because then you'll get the most engagement on them, right? Okay, so we're going to go to the next couple of things. So these first few things are all about networking. These are just ways to kind of wake your audience up, wake your community up. So what I want you to do, because we're kind of focused on nutrition and we're focused on Shakeology, we're focused on Success Club, we're focused on challenge packs. What I want you to do, we do this find and follow exercise for networking where you go and you look for, I want you to look for nutritional inspiration. So if you go to pages like this is, I don't know why everyone doesn't do this, but there's a hashtag protein shake. Super simple. Go to the hashtag, network with the people who hashtag protein shake, right? Like they're people who already drink shakes every day. They're used to supplements. They may not even know about Shakeology, but if they go to your page and they see it, they may be like, what's your protein shake? It's super simple, but it's smart networking. So what I want you to focus on, we're just going to do this for a couple minutes, is a find and follow exercise. I want you to find a nutritional inspiration for yourself. There's a page that I love that's called Kids Eat in Color. If any of you guys struggle feeding your children or educating people, this is like, it's phenomenal. She teaches parents how to feed their kids. But she takes it from like a mindset approach plus food, like it's educational. And I actually learned so much about food. And it helps me teach my children about nutrition instead of just feed them. I love it. So I want you to find, but if you think about it, the people following those pages are also following them for the same reasons, right? Like they need or want help with nutrition in this particular category. So they're great people to network with. So I want you to find a nutritional inspiration page that you can follow, learn from, grow from, engage in for yourself. And then I want you to maybe identify some nutritional posts or information that you can share in your Instagram stories today, which I think is really great. I just want you to focus for a couple of minutes on some of this networking, maybe like some comments on these pages that you find of people on their posts, so you can network with the people that are actually following the page. And then maybe just post in the chat the page that you find, if you find one that you're like, oh, I love this. Okay, so we're going to take a couple minutes and just do this exercise. Okay, so while you guys are finishing that exercise, I just wanted to share how this is relevant because I think that's important to understand. So once you start networking with people from a nutritional standpoint, if they go to your page and they see that you're also posting valuable nutritional information, right? Or sharing the things that you're doing, sharing your results, they can see what's going on, right? They're going to instantly connect with you and be like, oh, and that's where you make that connection, right? That's where the opportunity is kind of made. That's what networking is about. It's creating opportunity for connection. It's not creating opportunity for invitation. It's creating opportunity for connection. So if what you're putting out there on your social media and all of your platforms, it's like typing in, weight loss into Google and then finding the top page for weight loss and going to the weight loss page and all it talks about is pink bunnies. You're like, what the hell is this? I don't understand, right? Like that's what's happening to people if your content doesn't match your networking, right? And if your content doesn't match your networking, then your networking isn't going to lead to connection. And if you don't have any connections, you're never going to have any opportunity for invites. Does that make sense? So it has to really align. And that's why I say, okay, we're going to post results. You're going to share how you got them or why you got them or what you're doing. And then we're going to network with people who make sense to this content. And that's generally why these power hours work. Okay, and that's why the engagement gets up and conversations get made because everything is aligned. Does that make sense? It's not super complicated. It's just really understanding what people are seeing when they come to you. Do they know exactly what you do and why you're here? Or is it sort of all over the place? And I'll tell you, I've been all over the place about 100 million times in my 9 years of coaching. It's fine. It's just the cool thing about social media is you can decide like right this second, this is my niche. This is what I'm going to talk about. This is what I love. And it will pick up, right? Like that's the cool thing. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is ask a quick poll in your Instagram stories. This helps to create a follow-up list of people to talk to specifically. So this is really helpful. And you can either ask a yes or no question, or you can ask a question where they have to provide feedback. I think yes or no questions are easier in polls. But I want you to, this is the question I want you to ask. What nutrition plan do you follow? Or do you follow a nutrition plan? Yes or no? That can be your poll. Okay, so that should take everyone 2 minutes to write in their Instagram stories. Do you follow a nutrition plan? And then I'm going to give you the follow-up question to the people who answer yes. I want you to reply back to them and say, what nutrition plan are you following? Super simple, right? And to the people who answer no, you can follow up with, are you working on your health and fitness or what are your goals? Because they answered the question. So there's interest or something there, right? Super simple. Your follow-up questions are just as important as your conversation starters. So I'm going to give you a minute to do that. Okay, once you've taken that poll, I want you to go into your challenge group or your bod group, and I want you to poll your challengers. And this is where like completion packs, where inactive challengers can kind of pop out and tell you what they need, and you can get them re-engaged, restarted, get them into a new program or whatever it is to kind of kickstart their energy. But a really great question is, what is your greatest nutritional obstacle at the moment? Like, where are you struggling with this? You can also ask questions like that are more direct, like, are you struggling with weight loss? Are you struggling with energy? Are you struggling? And then if you ask more specific questions, you can message them directly with a follow through that's like, hey, I noticed that you're struggling with energy, you're struggling with weight loss. Why don't we try Shakeology and Energize this month? Would that not change their life? Yes. Right? If someone's like, I cannot get through my workout, I'm so tired in the morning. Why are you not immediately in their chat? Like, hello, this is going to change your life. You're never going to go back. Right? What nutrition plan do you follow? I think is an awesome question also for your challengers, because it'll help you understand if they're following one or not. Are they doing 2B mindset? Are they doing ultimate portion control? What are they doing? Okay. And I think this is an important question to ask often, because even though we set something up with them doesn't mean they're really following it. We have to follow through as coaches, right? We have to push them and make sure that they're living up to that potential. Okay. So go in and pull your challenge group. And then I want you to reach out to 3 individual challengers in your challenge group and message them directly. So if you notice like, oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Oh, where is this person? They haven't been posting. You can message them and be like, hey, are you still working out? I haven't seen you in the group. And they'll be like, yeah, I've been doing it. I just haven't plugged in. And you can be like, oh, how's your nutrition? Super simple. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple minutes to pull your challenge group and reach out to 3 to 5 of your current challengers and just follow up. Allie, the poll question that I had was, what nutrition plan are you following? Or are you following a nutrition plan? Yes or no?
All right, one more, then let's. Yeah, it's the shorts.
Okay, the last little thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little tidbit. So we are 2 days away from a new month, today and tomorrow, and then Monday is November 1st. This is a really great time to make a Facebook post about your challenge coming up, your group starting November 1st, and then just asking for referrals, saying, you can do this in your challenge groups. You can do this with people that you know, people you don't know. Do you or anyone you know would be interested in this challenge? Or you can pull your challengers and say, how many of you have an in-person workout buddy? How many of you guys have someone that you can collect in November to work out with live? Because our groups are great, virtual is awesome, but if you have someone coming over every day to work out with you, how much does that change the game? So much, right? So when you encourage people to do that, it isn't just about you getting another customer or getting a referral. That's a perk of it, but it's also you expanding your reach and also helping your challenger. Who can you invite to work out with you this month? I think asking your challengers to do that once a month is not only so beneficial for their own health and fitness goals, but it also teaches them how to invite and maybe one day potentially coach. It gets you more movement in your challenge groups. Who can we invite to work out with you in person and add to our group this month? That's the question I want you to ask. So whether you do that one-on-one with people or you ask it as a group, it doesn't really matter, but I want you to ask that question this weekend and just see what happens. I love it when I get friends in the challenge groups together because they create so much energy and so much momentum. Okay, for the last 10 minutes, well, for the next 10 minutes, we're gonna focus on completion packs, reactivation, and kind of using your current customer list. So if you're a new coach and you don't really have a lot of current customers, right, then I want you to spend this time networking. I want you to continue doing the exercises that we just did. I want you to go do them again. I want you to find and follow people. I want you to heart people's comments. I want you to continue building opportunity for invitation. And then I want you, the rest of us, and everybody can do this, but really from your customer list, what I want you to look at is customers with the last ordered to most recent. So people who have ordered product maybe in the last 3 months, but haven't ordered them recently. These are great people to reach out to and be like, hey, we're doing so good on your Shakeology. Where did you go? What happened? Where are you? Did you fall off? Was it too expensive? Like, what's happening? I think people are afraid to ask that question about cost. Like, was it too expensive? But if you know, then what can you do? Suggest something else, right? We're not just going to stop helping them because they stopped buying stuff. We're going to keep helping them and help them get buying stuff again so that they can continue working on their journey, right? You push them. Hey, don't give up on this. I promise. Like, don't give up on it. You can offer preferred customer and coach discounts if they need help with that. You have to know and understand what's going on in order to do better as a coach. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Okay. So look at your customer list and look at who purchased recently, who purchased 3 months ago. Okay. That's a great list for you to start compiling to follow up with the next 2 days. And then you can also focus on completion packs. You can look at, it's just, I call it project reactivation. Who can I reactivate this month? And I look for customers who are about to renew. I look at inactive challengers, inactive coaches. I look for past purchasers, like I was talking about. So just try to like compile a little list. For me personally, with coaches who are inactive, I actually don't try to reactivate them into coaching. I always try to reactivate them into their own personal journey first. And that tends to really help get them back into everything. But I always start there. Okay, so we're going to work on a project reactivation for the next 6 or 7 minutes. and see who you can reach out to and create some activity with to reactivate. Okay. Hopefully you guys had a little bit of time to work there for a second. So the last little section I wanted to go through are just some ideas to help you with Success Club. Taste test challengers are really fun. You can also create a taste test crew in your challenge group for whenever, as like a reward, and send samples to people to taste test and give you guys testimonials. And most of the time that leads to them buying the product, which I think is a really easy but kind of fun way to do it. So you can schedule a little taste test challenge. You can schedule just a supplements required kind of bod group, whatever that is, like 7 days of nutrition. It can be, you know, a 3-day refresh. It can be about using Energize for 7 days. Like doing these kinds of things with your challenge group, I think are really easy and fun. But if you're like, hey, the last week of this month, we're going to have an Energize challenge, right? Everybody who's on Energize is going to be super stoked because they already have it. And they're like, okay, this will be awesome. Anybody who doesn't have it is going to want to get it so they can be part of it, right? It's just a way to create more inclusivity with the actual products. So you can do it with collagen. You can do it with any new product drops. I like to do those kinds of things with kind of off the wall stuff like power greens, like things that are not so commonly sold all the time, but are hugely beneficial. So you guys, if you think through November and December, you could do a great time to do this would be the week after Thanksgiving, going into December. Do a 3-day refresh challenge, do an Energize challenge, do a Power Greens challenge. That's also really helpful with energy, right? Just that's a really great time to schedule that in if you want to think through that. So that's a good idea. And one other thing that I really like doing, and I do this with my coaching team sometimes, is to buy a product you've never tried before yourself and do the same thing. Create momentum, create energy, like test stuff yourself and be like, do I like this? Do I not like this? And share that journey. Share the experience, link the supplement on your platforms, be like, hey, I've never tried collagen. I know we've had this for a long time. I'm a coach, so I figured I would try it and see how it goes. And then let people follow you on the journey using that product. People like to follow stories. So this is a great way. It's just like following someone doing a program. You watch them progress and shrink down or make gains with their muscle or whatever their goal is. It's exciting to watch. So that's just a really easy thing. So you can do that too. And I think that that's really actually helpful with Success Club, because then a lot of people ask you about those products and you can upsell, you can sell that product to them. I know it's so easy to sell the exercise part of this, and the nutrition and supplement part of it is a little harder. So these are just easy ideas that make it fun and less, what's the word that I love? Pushy, right? But it's still very direct. So the one thing that I will challenge you all to do is to communicate better. The one thing that I think is really helpful is to not just always ask questions, but to just give information as much as you can as well. Just be very proactive with your acquisition process, meaning post a graphic that has everything that's new, all of it, body, mixed bikes, like whatever products we have that are coming up, like just create a little graphic in Canva and just post it in your challenge group, post it in your bod group and be like, this is why I'm so excited. This is why I love Beachbody. And just like post all of it. And then people will be like, oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? And then you'll have a lot more conversations. It's really simple, but I think it's something that if you did even once a month, maybe this first or second week of every month, it'll help you hit Success Club a lot faster. You can post it on your platforms, whatever it is. But I think what's relevant and up and coming, if you just share that on one graphic, I think it helps people kind of latch on and get excited as well. And then the very last part of it is follow through. Success Club is 100% about follow through. It's one thing to talk to people. It's a completely different thing to follow through with them. A lot of people are like, oh, when should I follow up? How should I follow up? You should be following up every 24 hours with people, right? If you message somebody today and they didn't respond, message them tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I didn't forget about you. Things got busy with Halloween. How are you doing? Where are we at with this? Did you look at the link? The more direct you can be about what you want, you guys, the less sketchy it sounds. I think people feel like they're going to sound or feel sketchy when they're like asking them if they looked at the link, because you're thinking in your mind, all I care about, they're going to think all I care about is the sale. And if that's the truth, then whatever, but you don't want them to feel like that, right? Like, so the best thing to do is be direct. I'm here for a very specific reason, to help you get healthy and live a healthy, more fulfilled life. That's why I'm here. So that's what I'm going to follow up with you on. Did you look at the link? What did you think? Give me your thoughts. Where are you at? Oh my gosh, I forgot. I'll look at it right now. Challenge pack done. Like, there has to be significant follow through, and that's just good customer service. Huge organizations and big businesses are built on good customer service. The more you can make your customers' experience better, the more retention you're going to have, the better momentum you're going to have in your challenge groups. And it really isn't rocket science. It's you being kind, it's you being consistent, it's you being reliable, and it's you following through. That's how you do that. That's how you build credibility and really get results from people. Okay, so here's my last clue for you guys. When Success Club becomes emotional, right? When Success Club becomes an emotional thing for you and you start feeling a certain way about it, like you start feeling bad about yourself, or you start beating yourself up, or you start, whatever it is, if you get into an emotional space, Success Club has become more about you than anyone else. And that does not work, because Success Club isn't about you. Can you hit Success Club by yourself? No. This is where you have to realize you need other people in order to reach your goals. Right? How many times are people like, if you just work hard enough, you'll hit your goals. If you just stay committed, you'll hit your dreams. That's true, but only because you're going to then attract the right people who are going to help you get there. You can't do this by yourself. And if you think that you can, you've already failed. This business isn't about just you. It's about all of us combined, moving together, right? And creating something better. That's the whole beauty of this business. So the moment that it becomes emotional, that's your checkpoint to be like, I'm approaching this wrong. This isn't about me. This is about them. And it immediately shifts your mindset and helps you think Success Club every day. I'm looking for someone else to help, right? Now, if you're struggling to help yourself, is this going to work? No, that's why your vital behaviors come first. And if you're struggling to get to a point where you can focus 100% on serving other people, it means that your journey, you need something in your own personal journey first. You have to take care of your own needs in order to take care of the needs of someone else. Okay. So if you're struggling with Success Club, really sink into your vitals and make sure that you're where you need to be with your routine and your discipline. B, make sure that your mindset is in the right place, right? And then just stay focused on the functionality of Success Club and what it can do for your business and for the people that you bring in. It's a functional tool, not an emotional one. Put your emotion where it matters in our business and take it out of where it doesn't, where it's not going to serve you. Okay. I'm going to post this little tracker one more time. And I hope you guys have an amazing Halloween. Speaking of nutrition, I hope you eat all of your candy in one day. That's what I do with my kids. I say, eat it all right now. I don't space it out. I'm not like, here's one candy today, here's one candy tomorrow. That is torture for me. I'm like, eat all of it. Here you go. Have a great day. And they do. And it's awesome. And then it's gone and I don't have to think about it anyway. So anyway, happy Saturday. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.